All right, we are back. New York Wrecking Crew versus Preferred Mob. I'll be joined in the booth here in a minute by one of my friends, Fabio Tricano.
What's going on, y'all? We're here. What's going on? Fabio here, fashionably late, or not fashionably at all. My friend, how are we doing today? Nice to see you, Matt.
Good to see you again. We'll do introductions right after this game. Right now, we've got New York Wrecking Crew versus Preferred Mob. Preferred Mob out of New England. You get to watch their side of the field, so you can root them on.
Ooh, the boys from New England doing work. Looks like we have number 5 here in the Snake 1 for Preferred Mob. Looks like they have a Dorito 1, this big center tower here, and it looks like the tower as well on the Dorito side.
Number 22 for Wrecking Crew up here in the Snake 50. He's ready to do some damage. I believe that's Gloffer.
Number 5 here for P-Mob in the Snake 1. I don't know exactly who that is. Typically, Aiden Castman plays a Snake front for them, but I don't think that's his number. He's looking, he's probing. I think he thinks something is down the wire on him, but... Oh, number 9, excuse me, not number 5.
So New York Wrecking Crew, they're exactly what I thought they might do. They're going to try to crawl the entire length of the Snake. Unless he bumps the beam or does something dumb, I think he's going to make it. If he does, he can turn and blow up the field real fast.
Now, Matt, tell me, how has...
Oh, they know. They know.
There we go.
Nope, they know.
Yep. Hey, good awareness by P-Mob here, by number 9
Oh,
on P-Mob to take him
wow.
out. Nice job. Have a lot of the semi-pro teams been using this outside trench here?
It's been
snake?
random, and I think it has to be random because if you do it too much, it's not going to work.
Sure thing.
You can't defend yourself when you're in there.
Right.
So it only works if the other team isn't aware of it.
And the lower divisions seem to be used as like more of a cleanup type thing versus of an initial
game breaker.
attack.
Just a full-on game breaker.
Correct.
I think the wrong way to use it, I'm seeing teams crawl halfway down it and then stop and pop
Sure.
up and look for kills, and that's the wrong way to use it.
I would agree with that. Number 9 here for P-Mob, still sitting in that Snake 1, looking like he's doing like a lot of talking for the team, looking like he's getting a lot of information across. He's still waiting for something in the trench. Over here, I'm calling this outside Snake here the trench.
It's the passing lane.
The passing lane. He's still posted on it, so he's not letting that go. We have the Dorito 1 for P-Mob looking inside, as well as, I believe that's Matt Kilbashian up there in the center tower.
I believe so. Based on his height, I think that's Kilbashian.
Yeah. And then is that Bert behind him in the tower on the Dorito side? Most teams are calling the Rocket?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Sloffer here, number 22. I'm not sure anybody just picked up on that move by P-Mob out to the outside Snake wing.
It was a smart move as well because he was concerned about that outside Snake. So he's checking it off. Now he knows that no one is in it, and he can wrap it and go to work. However, there's number 22 for a New York Wrecking Crew in the Snake 50 who's aware of his...
Oh, he knows he's there.
It is. Commentator curse.
Yeah, you just did it.
I'm the worst.
A drop back by P-Mob to that middle can.
Bert filling out wide here to the Aztec on the Snake side, and now going all the way out to the Snake corner.
Bump up to the D1 by Preferred Mob. I'm sorry, excuse me, D2.
Kilbashian here for Preferred Mob, just looking at the Snake.
Oh, no, the D1's going to take a walk for New York Wrecking Crew. I'm not sure where that came. New York Wrecking Crew going to try to spread back out, try to reestablish some control over that Dorito side. He does a double bump into that same D1. Always risky when you take a bunker that you saw your teammate just get shot out
100%, especially in this division.
Yeah. So Sloffer switching to the inside of the Snake. He's going to try to look cross. Unfortunately, it's going to cost him his life, probably to the D2 from P-Mob.
There's an elimination for P-Mob as well. The Matt Kilbashian was eliminated out of that center tower, so even though 22 was eliminated for Wrecking Crew, 44, Matt Kilbashian for P-Mob was also eliminated. So
P-Mob player going to launch up to that D50.
And he's eliminated.
Yeah, it does not work. I think he ran right into a gun coming from that D1 or D2.
Bert tried to fill out, stop the bleeding, and unfortunately it wasn't enough. And it looks like New York Wrecking Crew will take this one.
They're going to walk it in. All right, now that we have a moment, let's introduce you to the audience.
What's going on, y'all? Fabio here from Balkan. Super excited to be here with my friend Matt Falby, excuse me. Oh, we get chairs. Oh, wow. I didn't know we get to sit. Super happy to be here. Shout out to Valken for bringing me on board. I'm the new social media guy, marketing guy, so you'll see me plastered all over their Instagram. Matt, how are we doing today?
It's awesome. It's so good to have you in the booth. Another New England guy.
Let's go.
Fabio Tricano. When he and I joined the booth, we formed the duo of Falbio, I believe.
Falbio. That's right, baby. You heard it here. Falbio in the chat. Let's go.
All right. Well, congratulations on that first game to New York Wrecking Crew. I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to time out. I'm actually going to be serious here for a second. I do want to say P-Mob's owner and operator, Dean Carlton, lost his dad about a week or two ago. So our deep condolences to Dean Carlton. I don't think he made it down here this weekend. But good luck to P-Mob. I know that they're playing for him this weekend.
Absolutely. And
so with that, He is here. Okay, Dean Carlton is here. So our condolences to that. With that, good luck to P-Mob. We're going to move on to the next game, which is Tiki's Totems versus New Jersey Jesters.
A little hometown team here.
Yeah, Jesters. I actually had one of the Jesters organization, Julian Malashevsky, in the booth with me. I don't know if you know the Mal brothers from back in the day. That's
Before my time.
That's back in my day. So they're a legacy family in this sport. So it was great to have
awesome.
him in. And he's playing with D3 today with New Jersey Jesters. And he's helping this team, the semi-pro.
From what I understand, the Jesters are a big program. They have more than just one or two teams, right?
They've been around forever. I've been seeing that Jester logo for as long as I remember.
That's awesome. All right, here we are with the breakout.
Tiki's Totems on your left. Tiki into the snake on the break. Nope, he's...
New Jersey Jesters go snake off the break, and they
no,
make
there's a minor.
And a minor penalty coming out for the opposition from Tiki's. So this is going to be a huge advantage over here for the Jesters. Jesters crawling down the snake right now pretty convincingly. It was a 5-alive breakout for them. Now we have them filling out to the snake corner.
So I believe the Totem player didn't know that he was hit. The refs are trying to call him out. He didn't hear it. He kept playing.
Nice elimination here by number 17 for the Jesters, taking out that center. Oh, yeah, they're absolutely steamrolling them here.
Totems players peeling off the field. There's going to be a run through the middle. He's asking for a check. It's way too late for that, sir.
Hometown team came to play today. Came to defend their turf.
Number 17, Bispo cleaning that up. All right, well, that was a dominant win by New Jersey Jesters. Tiki's Totem's going to start 1-0, and we're going to go back to P-Mob versus New York Wrecking Crew.
As a player, it always feels really good to go out there and just smash your first team, first point, right? Sets the momentum, sets the tone, get your boys all fired up. But it could also be a curse, too, right? Getting too hot too early, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a big momentum shift. We've watched a lot of back and forth on this field, and by that I mean teams going up 2-3 points, and we're kind of going, well, I hope the other team can do something so that we keep this a game. And sure enough, so now there's really no safe lead on this field as far as we can see.
All right, so we're back to New York Wrecking Crew. Back to New York Wrecking Crew over here on my side of the field, and Matt Falby will be looking at Preferred Mob. What do you think about those NASCAR jerseys?
I just picked up on that. That's amazing.
Got to go fast.
Yeah, P-Mob's one of their main sponsors is an auto repair shop, Dean's Preferred Auto. So obviously that's a tie-in with their sponsor.
Looks awesome. Looks absolutely killer. New York Wrecking Crew, not too far away from here. Obviously, just one state away over in the Big Apple. Those guys are absolute fighters. They've definitely been making a name for themselves in this league for the past couple of years.
Do you think the NASCAR-themed jerseys will only allow P-Mob to turn left on the field? That could be a problem.
They're making a left turn.
Go fast, turn left.
They're making another left turn.
I think you've watched the Onion NASCAR instructional video. That's exactly what that sounded like.
We need Will McLean to give us his judgment on those jerseys since he loves NASCAR so much.
He's a big NASCAR guy?
Big NASCAR guy.
Will McLean, captain of the AG Knights. They're off playing D2 right now. I don't know how they're doing for the weekend.
They just mercied their first team, and their second match, I am not sure, so I don't want to speak on.
So there's a good chance we might see them out here tomorrow. We're taking a lot of the finals games here on the Lone Wolf
Oh, that's
field.
phenomenal.
I'm not sure if D2 will also be included, but...
Now are the finals not going to be on the pro field like previous? Oh, different layout, correct.
Yeah, exactly. So here's the situation. Normally, for most divisions, you play your final game, the big show game that you want to be on the camera. They play it on the pro field.
Yep.
But we have a real scramble this weekend for two different reasons, right? So Texas got rained out so hard that they actually gave up on the finals, and they said, screw it, we're going to push it to Atlantic City. So Thursday, they ran the same layout that came from Texas, and they finished the finals there. And then immediately ripped the field down, build up a blind layout that nobody had ever seen before, because it wouldn't be fair to the teams that did make the finals to not be able to really pay any attention to practicing a new layout that dropped a week before. So blind layout, and it's a crazy blind layout if you haven't seen it.
It looks phenomenal. I wish we were playing it. I wish we were playing that. I'm not going to lie. That layout looks awesome.
You know who has the most sympathy from me for that layout? And that's the refs, because I don't know how you ref into that mess.
Yeah,
There's so many mazes you can get lost in. And I say mess. It might be a lot of fun to play, but God help you if you're a ref trying to get in there and sort that one out.
Absolutely. God help all refs, right? They have the hardest job out here, for sure.
Yeah, God bless them. So for those reasons, a lot of the finals games that normally we play on the pro field are, oh, and there's another reason, because ESPN is here filming the pro finals on the field tomorrow. They're going to package it together in about a 30-minute program. It's going to air, I think, August or September. I'm not sure which.
I believe it's August 2nd and 3rd.
There you go.
On the Ochos
Ocho.
on ESPN. Double check my date. I believe it's August 2nd or 3rd, or both days. Not sure. Either way, I know it's in August for sure, Matt.
There you go.
And it's amazing to have them here, buying into our sport, and really showing us some love and appreciating what we do. I think the Ochos is a phenomenal program. A lot of, I call it obscure sports, have taken off from there.
Yeah.
Cornhole being one of the biggest, and pickleball as well. So we'll see what we can do.
Pickleball has spread like a virus through this country.
Oh my gosh. We lost Evan Eames of the AG Knights to pickleball. Do you know that? We lost him.
He quit paintball for pickleball?
He unfortunately
He was never
did.
meant for the sport then.
He never was.
Yeah.
I hope you're listening, Evan Eames.
Yeah, we're better off without you, Evan.
See you later, bud. Oh, man.
So if you're at home, be prepared the next few months for lots of friends and family who happen to watch ESPN to come up to you and go, hey, do you do that paintball thing? I watched it on ESPN, which is exactly the purpose of something like that.
I bet the first thing they're going to say is, you guys waste a lot of bullets.
Yeah. No, the other thing I find, and this is why it's great exposure, is how many friends come up to you and go, oh, you play paintball, so you must be in the woods all the time, and you have to back up and explain that for tournament paintball, it's all done on airball, and then you have to explain what is an airball bunker.
Correct.
And,
it sometimes makes it sound way less cool. When some people are like, oh, that's cool, you're in the woods and stuff. You're like, nah, not quite. And then you're like, let me explain it to you how it really is. And you think they're going to be wowed, and they're like,
and their eyes are glazed over, and they're like, so you're not very good at playing in the woods. That's the takeaway. Right. You just got, okay. I give up here.
Oh, man. But hey, we love paintball. We love the sport. The sport made me the person I am today. Taught me a lot of hard lessons. Taught me a lot of good lessons. I met some of my best friends playing the sport. And truthfully, since only playing 3 years ago, it makes me regret not playing as a kid. I never got into it as a child, and I wish I did.
All right, so we got Preferred Mob versus Wrecking Crew. Preferred Mob is going to be on our left in those sharp NASCAR jerseys.
Wrecking Crew over here on the right side of the field, looking at their breakout right now. Looks like we have a big push up to the center tower. Snake off the break. They have an elimination out of the Snake corner. The other players playing this, what I would call the 2-4 on the Snake side of the field.
Oh, it's immediately P-Mob loses 2 players, and they're going to get a miner. They're going to be down to... Oh, no, this is a disaster for P-Mob.
Fire 3 very, very fast for P-Mob. And then it looks like Sloffer here is going to riot.
There's one single P-Mob player left alive.
Okay, Fire 4. So Sloffer here for Wrecking Crew is going to come down and try to take out Aiden Cashman.
Yeah, this would be a miracle game for Cashman if he can bring this back.
And he does that exactly in a very, very fast point, convincing win for Wrecking Crew.
So I think that's another case where the P-Mob player that was going up the Snake, he was hit, didn't know it. The ref was trying to get to him, couldn't get to him fast enough to prevent him from having an effect on the game. And by the way, that's one of the ways you can get a penalty, right? If a ref sees that, you're almost better for the ref to see the hit occur in real time, because if he can get to you fast enough, let's say it's a hit you don't know about, a hit to the pack or something.
Sure. If
the ref can get to you fast enough and he feels that you didn't have an effect on the game with a hit on you, the ref's just going to pull you out of the game. You're good. Get off the field. Good luck to your team. But if a ref turns away, looks back, and he sees a hit on you, and he can't know when that occurred, he has to throw a minor.
Correct.
And in that case, let's say a ref is trying to catch up with you, and you're continuing to play on with a hit, even though you're not really trying to cheat, but you had an effect on the game, it's going to be a minor.
There was a referee, NEXL 2021. His name was Matt Falvey.
I've heard of him. I've heard of him. Great
he
guy.
actually taught me this lesson because
hair.
I didn't know how to clean off my right arm. So, I was eliminated the first point in the right arm. Never cleaned it off. Lined up at the box for the second one.
Oh, my God, that's right.
Pulled up. Yellow flag.
Yeah.
Came off the field. Still didn't clean the hit. Came out for the next one, and he was waiting, twirling the flag for me, and I deserved it.
Yeah, that's right. You got to clean off your hits, man.
All right, Totem here on the right side of the field, taking a nice doubling up the Aztec here on the Snake side. I don't think they got 5 bodies to the box, though.
No. One of the Totems players running off arms up in frustration.
That's tough. And I think that's why they doubled up that bunker,
That's that Jester player peeling off, so we're back to 4-4.
Jesters had a dominating win in that first point, so we'll see what they can do if they can keep this momentum rolling. I like those red jerseys. They typically wear blue, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Jesters often have the blue Jester logo going on in the middle of all their uniforms. This is a little more muted.
All right, here in the Snake 50 for Totem. Gentleman here, can't see his number. Totem is looking to wrap, shooting that Twister CS3. I think it's sharp.
No one has picked up on his presence yet.
They just did.
Yeah, now they know.
The Snake 1 is shooting at him, and now the Totem player is going down the outside Snake. Again, what I would call the trench. and no one knows he's there, that's for sure. So he's just going to go all the way. It is a tiring crawl, that's for sure.
Big attempt by the Jesters to get up that D50. It does not work.
Oh, how cool is that? These guys just crawled right past each other and had no idea.
A lot of this game depends on what happens right here with this player in the snake. He's going to turn, blow up the S2, start picking out kills.
Oh,
blows up that mini temple. The brick should be next.
This gentleman for Totem is the sneaky killer here.
Oh, he's going to get blown up. That is not a great move, but that said, it's a trade. That's fine. His player's in the backcourt.
Nice shot by Totem to stay calm and collect, even though they lost that first point really fast, and they didn't even get 5 to the box.
No.
So kudos to them. Kudos to their coach for drawing that up and keeping them composed.
Great turnaround.
That should be a huge momentum shift for them.
That is a great example of what you can do on this, you're calling it the trench, passing lane, whatever.
Passing lane, yeah.
It can absolutely flip a game on its head. So, I consider myself part of the media now, right? And as a media personality, I'm also a big fan of ambush journalism.
Okay.
Right? And I'm glad you're here because I don't know if you remember about a year ago, you and I were in a broadcast booth up in New England. We had a little bet on I don't even remember what the bet was about, but it was a food-related bet.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know where this is going. You've had almost a year now, probably over a year now, to pay up on a nice plate of pierogies to honor my Polish heritage. I don't remember what Italian-based food I would have owed you.
Sopressata. We already talked about this.
Yeah.
Remember, we had the diamond blind layout at AG Paintball, and I said, if somebody dives into the diamond, I'll get you a plate of pierogies, and someone did it.
Yep.
And I owe you.
And
so.
you have yet to produce. I think you might owe me 2 plates of pierogies.
You're making me look really bad on camera right now. Guys, I'm not this bad, I promise.
This is ambush journalism.
I'm typically a man of my word.
All right, New York Wrecking Crew is going to lose their snake player if he's lucky. He doesn't get a penalty.
All right, so fire 1 for New York Wrecking Crew. Looks like 5 alive for P-Mob as it stands right now. Matt Kobashian launching from the center tower up to the center brick. He's looking snake way, but it kind of looks like he's hunting. It doesn't look like he's waiting for anyone. It looks like he's looking for bodies to shoot at.
There's been a lot of teams that have used this to launch up to the other team's brick. It's very
effective.
takeable.
It's very effective, and it causes a lot of chaos. We
Yep.
actually would do it early.
New York Wrecking Crew filling out to that Dorito corner. They got the middle tower.
One thing I find interesting here for P-Mob is they have 3 guns Dorito way, and the only gun Snake way is the Snake corner and Matt Kobashian in the center tower. But I wouldn't even call Matt Kobashian shooting Snake. He's kind of just looking heads up here.
Yep.
So
he might be setting a trap, looking for somebody to try to go through his gun.
And that's exactly what I was just about to say. There is a little bit of a strategy here where you're stacking the D side, putting a lot more paint there, and letting the Snake guy kind of go and waiting for him.
So that said, the Wrecking Crew has now gotten into what I'm going to call the 45-yard line wedge over there on the Dorito side. Kobashian's a little bit danger. If he switches to the other side, there might be a gun waiting for him.
He's doing a good job staying disciplined over there, not switching back and forth. It looks like they're communicating really well. We had a couple guns switch. I see the Dorito corner looking inside now for Preferred Mob. Killbash is just absorbing all the information. I can see him doing head nods to his teammates right now.
So what Wrecking Crew does not have is they do not have any presence out here on the Snake. As a matter of fact, that's about to get filled in by Preferred Mob, and that's an easy crawl up to the 50 if he can get around the S1. He's now got back support in his corner.
Is that Alex Rosati? Is that what I just... Oh, it is Alex Rosati, former Bay State Bandit. Wow. Former Edmonton Impact player, correct?
Oh, no.
And
Kobashian out in the middle, and that's going to be a penalty, unfortunately. I'm not sure what happened there. That might have been exactly what we talked about. If a ref looks away and then looks back and sees a hit, it can be a minor.
Yeah, totally.
Because he doesn't know when it occurred.
All right, now the New York Wrecking Crew, number 24 here, taking the pass and lane, taking the trench. However, P-Mob's in the Snake corner, and he could actually put some blind paint right where, and he does exactly that.
Huge mistake, immediately penalized for it. P-Mob corner player blows up the New York Wrecking Crew. I do not recommend stopping halfway in the Snake and popping up. Just complete your crawl.
I believe that was John Derula who was eliminated out of the Snake corner.
Trying to refill it. That's a tough refill. Doesn't work out.
It's a fast one, but not fast enough, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Number 45 here, Colton Dahl, if I'm not mistaken, coming through, eliminating the last Preferred Mob player, and they're going to take this point, go up 3-0.
P-Mob players making correct tactical decisions, trying to refill important bunkers. But even though it doesn't look like it's huge, maybe 15 yards from one bunker to the other, that is an enormous gulf to try to run through. Players shooting at this level.
Especially, yeah, absolutely. I was about to say, especially in this division.
Be a little careful. There's a coach on the field complaining to the refs. That's you don't want to do that. Go speak to the head ref in the middle of the field.
Very interesting.
Yeah, do not go onto the field.
Do you know what happened? Did I miss something over here?
No, I'm not sure what happened. Is this null?
It is. It is null tran for Preferred Mob.
Yeah, null tran from Preferred Mob. Going to speak to the head ref.
All right, so other than the little bit of chaos that's going on here from the P-Mob and New York Wrecking Crew point, we have Totem on the left side of the field, and then we also have the New Jersey Jesters hometown crowd over here on the right side of the field. Let's see how they line up.
Tied up 1-1 with 13 minutes on the clock, basically a whole game in front of them.
Snake off the break for the actually, no, they're going into that snake insert. Sorry, it looked like he was going
Tiki's
to
Totem asking for a check. Sure enough, they lose the brick player up the middle, so 4 players alive for Totem.
Jesters
3
are
players.
in the 200 in the Dorito. The Dorito 2 and is eliminated. I was going to say that was a very, very big bite to take early on.
Totem filling out to that Dorito corner and to the snake corner. Good fills.
Jesters are in the passing lane, going all the way down, but they also have number 17 here in the center.
This number
50.
81 for Jester can do whatever he wants because there's nothing stopping him now.
Correct.
Attempted refill out to that corner. I'm not sure it's going to work.
I just got so scared that center 50 player was about to shoot his teammate.
Sure enough,
Filling over.
Tiki's Totem player taking a walk. It's going to leave 1 Totem player left in the D1, and he's in a world of hurt.
The Jesters are a fast-paced team once they get rolling. They are fast.
Wow, yeah, you're right.
They are definitely putting up some of the quickest points I've seen all weekend.
Yeah, they're moving fast on the field. I don't just mean their attack strategy. I mean, when I see players moving bunker A to bunker B, they are flying.
Totally.
They got a good sprinters program going on.
Preferred mob going out on the left side of the field here. Looks like Bert, looks like Aiden Castman. I'm not sure who 65 is. Looks like Alex Rosati and John Derula. Alex Rosati, wow.
They're in a bit of a hole here. They're down 3-0 against New York Wrecking Crew. A lot of time on the clock, so certainly can be brought back. However, they absolutely cannot afford to lose another point. If you go down to 0-4, you are basically done.
If you're Coach Noel Tran here, what are you saying to your P-Mob guys?
I'm not going to castigate him for that penalty because really I don't think he knew about that. I think I would attack Dorito's side because I think there's more resources being devoted to stopping the snake attack.
I agree with that 1,000%. All right, so preferred mob going out to the snake corner. Looks like he's eliminated.
Corner taking a check. Yep, P-Mob player going to walk out from that snake corner. 4-5 early on. 4-4. First player walking off for the Wrecking Crew. P-Mob into the D1, immediately to the D2. Good bump.
Wrecking Crew in the snake 50, in the snake corner, the center tower, and the Dorito corner.
Oh no, there's a minor on P-Mob. The D2 player. Ugh.
Yeah, this is all falling apart for preferred mob at this point. Noel Tran definitely needs to go back to the drawing board on this one. Fire, what, 4 at this point?
Yeah, it's it. Fire everything.
Fire everything. All right. New York Wrecking Crew doing their thing.
I think New York Wrecking Crew is just trying to figure out the situation. I take it back. There is 1 P-Mob player left alive in that corner, in the D corner. New York Wrecking Crew is not aware of it.
They're not in a position where they can afford to towel.
So I think we have 3-on-1.
Well,
P-Mob's going to towel out anyways.
Well, what do you got for time? Let's see. Is
8.5.
8.5. I mean, in this division, that is plenty of time to bring something back.
Yeah. But 4-0, you have no margin for error, right? You can't drop a single point. Obviously, I wasn't over there for that penalty. I don't quite know what called it on him. But he made a giant move up to the D2. He went to the D1 and basically paused there for the briefest of seconds and went straight in the D2. It's real easy when you're trying to make a bump that big to not feel a hit on a gun, on a pack, even on your body you can get clipped and not feel it.
Right.
Your butt pack, is double wrapped across your chest. You could take a hit to that and not feel it, especially when you're running.
Well, that's why teams got to shoot Valken, because we got that super bright fill, and you'll see it no matter what. And you'll avoid penalties because you'll see it on you,
There's
right?
the plug.
Please
buy Valken and keep Fabio employed. England does not want to have to go back to supporting him all by themselves.
All right, we're back to the Jesters and Totem. Oh, Matt Falby, you get me, man. All right, they are doubling up this Aztec here on the snake side. It looks like they are pushing up the Dorito side quite convincingly, taking that 50 wedge. And then over here on the snake side, they are filling into the snake.
Jesters just got a minor, so they're going to be down to just 2 bodies, both bunched up in the home bunkers.
Totem going 100 miles an hour here, trying to capitalize.
I would slow down. If I'm Totem,
I agree.
You're in a wonderful position to win this game. Just slow it down. Maybe not story time, but exercise control.
Everything in this division happens so fast.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Everything.
Their processing speed and their physical ability to move is just amazing.
And there's that crucial elimination here out of the Snake 50 for number 25 here on Tiki's Totem.
And that should be it for Jesters. Totem should be able to walk it in.
That man is coming for your lunch money. Let me tell you, he is hungry. And the last alive is the Dorito corner.
Okay, I'm wrong. There is still 1 player left?
Yeah.
No?
Nope.
No.
Nope. They had the kill count wrong.
No, they were just using up some of that paint.
Yeah.
Wow, like you said, it is just fast action.
It really is.
It doesn't take much for a game to fall apart on you at this level, right? I mean, obviously, a minor, I've seen minors at, like, say, a D4 or D5 level.
Sure.
It doesn't blow up the game, but at this level, even a minor penalty is just, it's like it's game over.
Absolutely.
It's so difficult to come back from that.
Absolutely.
Speaking of coming back, all right, preferred mob, you're down 4-0. What's your game plan? Fabio, what's your game plan in this situation?
Man, at this point, you got to trust your heavy gunners and your more experienced players. You know, you need guys who are going to dig deep and know the situation and not going to just die stupid, right? Like you said, you got to be able to play fast and keep up with them. But at the same time, if they play their own game and set their own pace, they will be good. They will be okay.
So 2 reasons I might go conservative now if I'm
Okay.
no Tran a P-Mob coach. I might go with a conservative breakout for 2 reasons. One, these wild runs upfield are drawing penalties, unfortunately.
Sure.
Whether they know it or not. And number 2, you can't lose even a point right now. So I'm not sure you can take the same risks as you could when you're just down a couple points.
Yeah, I do agree with that as well. So here we go. The preferred mob is going to go to the snake insert bunker. They're going to take a nice big bite into the 200, which is the Dorito 2, excuse me. And then Matt Kilbashian here in the center tower. So it looks like it's 5 alive for them.
5 alive for both teams. Wrecking Crew is into the snake 50, though.
All right, let's see what Kilbashian does here. If he's just going to pepper the bunker, which it looks like he is doing exactly that. I believe this is Samuel Lana in the snake. Or Rosati, one or the other.
Wrecking Crew just sitting on their guns. Obviously, they know that P-Mob has to win it. They're expecting P-Mob to start throwing bodies at them.
Bert's going up into this inside Dorito here.
Kilbashian for P-Mob just locking down on this S50. He's not going to let him turn that corner.
I really don't feel like the Snake 50 is very rewarding. You really got to put yourself out there to make something happen, or else you're just going to end up in this situation where you're like, okay, I just want to be here and not die.
Yeah, so you are correct. The snake on the side is pretty attainable, and getting the Snake 50 is very attainable, but it's not a bunker that automatically gets you a ton of kills.
Correct.
P-Mob player walking off from that back mini temple.
John Derulo taking the walk. That's their quarterback right there, so that's a tough loss for them.
And by the way, I'm okay with that layout. If you make a 50 really attainable, it shouldn't be a bunker that just kills everything.
I agree with that. You saw it in the lower divisions. A lot of players would just get that center 50 and then like sit there and look for something to shoot at.
P-Mob making it the D50 only for a second, and then he shot out.
It was a nice attempt by Bert, but unfortunately did not make it. Player for New York Wrecking Crew still in the Snake 50 here.
A lot of paint on his hopper, probably rubbed, though. There's a ref looking right at him.
Definitely ref. Definitely rubbed, excuse me. New York Wrecking Crew taking the center brick here. Shout out to Matt Kilbashian for being super composed in that tower. That's a very tough tower to live in. People can pinch you out very easy. I know we had a call to bully that tower.
So preferred mob running out of options here, right? They're down 4-0. They don't have spare bodies to start sending things.
No.
I'm not sure what the solution is to this situation.
Looks like they have 3 alive, if I'm not mistaken.
Wrecking Crew has to, P-Mob has to win a gun battle against Wrecking Crew, but Wrecking Crew is not doing any dumb engagements in battles that they're likely to lose.
I'm a firm believer in momentum, though, so if P-Mob can click one off, I think they'll get the ball rolling. I'm a firm believer in momentum.
All right, well, as we say that, one of the New York Wrecking Crew player walks off from the snake corner.
So let's see if they can start building the comeback. Great communication by Preferred Mob. They're putting it all together. Matt Kilbashian's being that QB in the middle. I don't know who that is on their Dorito side, on the Dorito 2, but he's kind of flipping back and forth. Now he looks like he's about to commit to the inside.
So on this field, your best chance to pull off a stunning, sneaky play that blows it all open is the outside of the snake. However, the brick over there for New York Wrecking Crew is doing a great job locking down the snake corner P-Mob. So the P-Mob player doesn't have a chance to get into that, what you're calling the trench, and I call the passing lane.
I'm going to start using the passing lane.
It's a passing lane. You go past the other team.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, Matt Kilbashian still posted on the snake side. However, he's sitting and communicating to his Dorito side player.
So the hidden enemy for P-Mob right now is time, and we are
Correct.
under 3 minutes. We're under, no, I'm sorry, 3.5 minutes. We're about 3:15 right now.
At what point do you get rich or die trying? I mean that. At what point do you just try?
Yeah. Well, you're right, because if you attempt to win and it doesn't work, you're going to lose the whole match.
Correct.
If you don't attempt to win, you're going to lose the whole match.
Correct.
Right. And Kilbashian moving up to that center brick.
So it was a good move, calculated move for sure.
I think, not that he could know this, but he could go around the right side of the brick and maybe make a run through. He's going to get chopped up by that corner can, but he might be able to take the center brick and even the snake if he does it.
Is it a 3-on-3 or a 3-on-4? I can't see the corner over there.
So we have the Dorito corner, D1. We have the middle brick and the snake 50. So
okay.
Wrecking Crew has 4 players left alive. Kilbashian's going to take the walk. They're going to lose that Dorito side. They're going to lose all 3 at the very end here.
Unfortunately, this is probably going to be the nail in the coffin here for them.
Well, it definitely is 5-0.
Yeah. Tough match for Preferred Mob.
Yeah, penalties.
Penalties will eat you alive.
I think
for
we
sure.
saw 3 different minors on PMOB.
Yes,
And
indeed.
again, doesn't, and I'm being defensive because they're a New England team. Let's be really, really honest. It doesn't mean there's any intent to cheat there.
No, it happens.
And you know what I say? Majors, when you see a red flag, there's a real good chance there's an intent to cheat, and you just didn't get away with it.
Totally.
Minors, it's a toss-up. You never know what happened.
You never know what happened. Yeah, nobody wants to get mercied, especially on Saturday, day 2
Yeah.
prelims. Hopefully they can keep their heads up after that one, though.
Let me ask you about your team, the little team called New Hampshire Rebellion.
New Hampshire.
New
England Rebellion.
I'm going to bring it to New Hampshire. New England Rebellion. How'd you guys do?
So our first day was very rough. We did not take any victories, so we went 0-2 on Friday. But this morning we tied the top team in Division 3, which was a really nice, really nice feeling for us. There's only 1-1, so they're long, drawn-out points. And then we mercied our second match, which was a great feeling.
All right.
So it's up to the paintball gods. We need a couple teams to
Yeah.
lose. I'm looking at you guys, Vital. Please lose for us. But yeah, so we are a new team. We're still putting it together. Only our second national event together, and we're still happy and growing. We're happy to be here.
All right, we got a tied match, real nail biter.
Ball game here. So snake off the break for the New Jersey Jesters, and he makes it. Looks right inside first look. We have the tower in the middle looking Dorito way, which is the way we used it.
Totem with 5 alive. They're choosing to double up the snake and run, not crawl up to the snake 50. That's brave.
Very brave.
Now an outside crawl by Totem. Crawl the whole length, sir. Do not stop.
You know, that was very smart. I will say this, because look, they have the guy in the passing lane, right? So all of their guns would have been drawn to the guy in the inside snake.
Yep.
And this guy is just going to go down and take everyone's lunch money.
Yep. Now, don't pop up. Finish your crawl.
Finish
It's
the
the
crawl.
perfect time for him. Number 17 looks away. Any chance of picking up this crawl is now lost.
That is a tiring crawl, let me tell
It
you.
is exhausting.
I know you know.
Bang, first kill. Bang, second kill. Now the home, yeah, knows about. That's fine. He did a ton of damage there. He cleaned out the snake, and he's got a player behind him to finish it out.
I feel like once you get to that spot and you wrap, you have to be very, very careful about who you shoot first.
I think you got a head snap.
Yeah,
no, you're right.
exactly.
You got to be very careful. I advocate if you get to that, don't come up guns blazing. You need to come up and go plink,
I agree.
plink,
Come in and out.
plink, and just kill one at a time very quick. Because if you shoot a giant stream, the audio clue is enough for the other team to know you're there, and they can see that your stream of paint coming out.
I agree fully.
So you come up and just a couple shots. That's all you need.
All right, let's see.
Jesters need really to win a gunfight here, 1 or 2 gunfights, because they've lost all the tactical positions, right?
Number 11 for the Jesters was just on the inside, and if he stayed there for 1 second longer, I think he would have drawn the Totem player to come through.
Oh,
Does he go back? No, that's it.
Yeah, so that's a trade-off, and that'll be it. Totem's going to walk it in.
Number 25 is a smart player. Smart player.
Yeah, really well played. I don't mind that decision by the Jester to try to go to that D50 just to change something up. I've talked about this before. I think if you realize that you're in a 3-on-1 or a 2-on-1 or something like that, there's a window of about 5, usually about 5 seconds before the other team figures it out.
Totally.
And if you want to do something dumb, I say dumb, but you want to do something sneaky, move up a tape line, blow something up, you've only got about 5 seconds to choose to try it. Because after that, and they figure it out, and they figure where you're at, that window's shut, and you're just going to have to win a gunfight,
100%.
a 2-on-1 gunfight.
100%.
The other secret to a 3-on-1 is Scream. That's a penalty every time you pull the trigger.
And it usually works, right?
Just plead for flags.
It was really funny. There was a divisional team. I don't know what team they were, what division they were, but clearly one of the players knew his ref staff, because anytime he thought he shot someone, he was addressing the referees by their first name.
Oh my God! Really?
And I was like, I can't tell if that's a no-no or not. You know what I mean? Like,
nah. I mean, you're going to get the opposing coach like mad at you.
yeah,
but,
totally.
I don't. You know what I do though? Every time I say please and thank you on the field. So if I'm screaming for a paint check, I go please check him on the left arm, and if so, thank you. Like,
You're so polite.
I'd see it. The refs have such a hard job. You got to be nice to them. So just be nice to the refs. I'm not saying you're going to get favoritism calls, but you're certainly not if you're mean to the refs. And dear God, please stop shooting refs going in to do a paint check. They're trying to do you a favor, and you blow up the ref. The refs are really likely to just go, you know what? This dude's clean. You just destroyed me. All right, so timeout called. We are in X-ball, so it's not surprising the timeout because the time crunch is very real. Jesters down by 1 point. Totem, really good turnaround on that one. How much time we got left on the clock? Oh, tons of time. We got 9:16 left on the clock. This is anybody's ball game. Whew. Okay, Jersey Jesters, this is your home. I mean, this is your home field because it's a pop-up field, but this is your home. You got to win this thing, guys. Tiki's Totem, I guess I was about to say sister team. I should say brothers team to Tiki Ohana, one of the
WNXL teams.
WNXL.
They're a new addition to the WNXL, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
And they didn't have a great weekend, but you know what?
Hey, listen.
I think it's really tough to break into the WNXL.
Totally.
Because the women's team that are here, they've had a lot of practice.
Sure.
And I think it's very difficult as a new team popping up in a new town to find other female teams to practice against.
I totally agree with that. And teams like, the Heroines and, some of the other more established teams like Dallas and whatnot, the Dallas Vibe, they've been around for a lot longer and had a lot more practice.
Oh, hit right dead to the center of the chest for Totem player.
Fire 1 for Totem, but also Fire 1 for the Jesters. So it's 44 really quick. Totem is up here in the center brick, which is a good spot, but he's kind of flipping back and forth, looking for something to shoot at.
Second Jester walking off.
So Fire 2 for the New Jersey Jesters. Totem is in the Dorito corner. They're in the center brick. They're in the Dorito wedge on the inside, as well as the snake corner. And it looks like the snake corner is kind of going back and forth and just being like the main QB back there for them. However, the Jesters are taking the snake 50, and he's going guns blazing. He's trying to pinch out this Dorito 50 wedge.
That Dorito wedge also has to contend with a Dorito player over there for the Jesters. Jesters did a great job making their bumps very quickly in the game.
Nice retreat by the Jesters. I think he's trying to eliminate the snake corner. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing.
So even though Jesters are down one body, I think they did a better job taking ground early on in the game.
Yeah, I think they understood the situation a little bit better.
Still a ton of time. Oh no, Jester walking off from that Dorito and the snake, and that's it. It's going to fall apart for the Jesters.
Even though that obviously didn't work out for them, I don't hate the strategy. I just don't think they executed it correctly. But I like the retreat by this player number 7 to kind of focus up on the snake corner. That was stopping him from moving, but unfortunately just wasn't executed correctly.
So big picture for the Jesters at that point, they took a lot of risky runs, not even just on the start, but afterwards on their secondaries, which is going to lose your bodies. However, they took a lot of ground. So it was a little bit of a risk reward. You're going to start with down bodies, but you're in better position. All right, Tiki's Totem shooting at the snake, just assuming there's someone there. There is not.
So the player for Totem is in this 50 wedge, and he's looking inside. I don't think they have anyone wide on the Dorito side, which would make sense. However, why not just take... Oh, it looks like they do have a Dorito, too.
Yeah. It would be the last player left alive for the Jesters.
Yep. Very interesting. And they're going to towel it.
They're going to towel out. We got 7 minutes, 13 seconds left on the clock. That's still plenty. That's easy to come back from that. Well, I'm not saying it's easy to come back, but that's plenty of time. That's not going to be a big deal.
Especially with how fast these points are going. I mean, jeez.
All right, you've come into the booth. You allow me to rip you apart on a bet that you didn't fulfill on. What else? You were admitted to penalties that I threw at you. This is your chance. What do you on behalf of Valken? Valken, this is your representative. I've ripped him to shreds. Now I'm going to give him a chance to redeem himself. Any new product coming out?
Well, as far as product, right now I can't really disclose much. I'll say that.
Oh, it's a secret.
However, we have been working really hard on our paint formula. It's been a long process, but since Dallas, I think we've nailed it. It's been phenomenal. I know my team switched over to it, obviously, right? But it's been really, really good. All the teams that I've spoken to have really liked it, and that's something that we're still going to continue to improve on. We offer a couple different batches here. We offer a super, super brittle formula. We also offer a more middle-of-the-pack, lower maintenance ball that you don't have to worry about. However, the thing that we'll do for you is that we'll go above and beyond. You want to lock into a batch? We can do that for you. You want a custom ball for your field? We can do that for you, too.
Nice.
You want some practice paint? We can do that for you, too. But you got to get it from a store or a field because we want to make sure we're supporting those guys because those guys keep paintball alive. So we very much care and want to support the dealers and all of the fields as well.
Considering the heat and humidity this weekend, a super brittle paint may be the way to go because by the time you get onto the field, it may no longer be super brittle, just mostly brittle.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
And on top of that, too, I will say time of day makes a huge difference.
Yep.
And also the style of player you are. If you are someone who sits there and rolls your gun and your gun condensates a lot, okay, maybe you don't use that super brittle paint and you go to the harder ball. However, if you're a snake front, right, leave your hopper empty, fill it up, and you're going to get some really nice lasers, right?
Yep.
So I will say that it's important for the player to know their style to pick the right batch. And that goes for any paint manufacturer.
Are you offering personal fitting of paintballs?
I can go above and beyond for anybody.
All right, Totem on the left. They're up 4-2. Clock is not really relevant yet. Totem's going to lose their first player from the back middle.
Fire 1 for Totem, Fire 1 for the Jesters. So 44 really quick. Let me ask you something, Matt. You've been playing this game a lot longer than I have. Has, like, fire been the general, like, we lost a body call forever?
No, you know what? I thought I started hearing fire more and more starting about 10, 12 years ago. Of course, it's regional. I wouldn't be surprised if other parts of the country, they're using completely different things.
I've heard Tiger. I've heard some teams come up with their own thing. And
you know what was interesting, and it spread like a virus, the introduction of YouTube listening to pro bunker calls, and suddenly everybody in the entire world was using the same city names for bunkers.
Yeah. In different places, at least, right?
Yeah.
But
all right, Tiki's Totem has dropped a couple players now. They've got the head of the snake, which is a tough place to play in this, like, angled mini wall.
This center tower player here for the Jesters is convinced that someone is in the passing lane right now. He is just posted waiting. But
well, to be fair, the Totem has a player ready to do that.
Correct.
But if he does it, if he attempts that trench crawl or that passing lane crawl, he's going to die.
He has a snake corner here for the Jesters. All he needs to do is pump paint there and keep him honest, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off there, man.
No, not at all. Words of wisdom. So you know what? At the same time, the Tiki Totem player over in the D1 is convinced that Jesters have crossed onto his side of the field because he's just dumping paint into the snake. There's a bit of confusion for both teams. But this field is kind of a maze. You can definitely lose players, so sometimes you're just chasing ghosts out there.
Oh, looks like the Jesters player was just shot in the goggle.
Great shot. Oh, no, at the same time, there it is, the Totems player walking off from the end of that snake. Tough bunker to live in, and that sure enough cost him.
The Jesters are convinced there's someone in this passing lane. He is just trying to stop something that isn't there.
That is paranoid. That's one of those, someone's hurt you before, and they've hurt you from this passing lane.
I mean, same goes here for Totem, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're just pumping the outside of the snake, too.
You're right. They're doing the exact same thing, getting us in the splash zone. You know what? He may be actually trying a bounce shot to the snake 50. If he thinks the snake 50, if there's a snake 50, which there's not, and he's trying to wrap around the outside, I think what he might be trying to do is bounce shot off that S2 into the snake 50.
I think they've figured out that no one's in that alleyway. So we have this 33 here for the Jesters going back and forth, kind of probing, looking for something.
We're approaching 4.5 minutes left on the clock. Jesters are down by 2. Not panic mode yet at all. Now, here we go. Prophecy fulfilled. Somebody's getting into the passing lane. Jester's going to try to crawl it. Go the whole length. Do not stop and pop. Go the whole length.
Let's see if he listens to you, because if he doesn't, I don't think it's going to work out for him. Wow, that player over there for Totem is really pushing that can out.
Yeah, I think he pulled a stake.
Oh, boy. Now, what's the rule with that? What happens if you knock a bunker over?
Nothing. I mean, you know, if it's shown that you did it intentionally, if the refs decide that you intentionally did it, you're out.
Okay.
But if it's an accidental, you got to live with it because you ran into it.
But can you play it if it falls
yeah.
over?
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
Absolutely. Again, if they think you did it intentionally, though.
In your lifetime, have you seen that happen?
Intentionally?
Yeah,
or just bunkers being knocked over?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow. Number 11 here for the Jesters, looking to eliminate this Dorito can.
I don't know how that can's surviving, and sure enough, he's out.
He does exactly that. Nice job by the Jesters putting this together.
There's still one can
One
back
left.
in the corner for Totem. He's going to die a quick death, though. Oh, no. He spins and takes out the Jester. Amazing. So I think it's a 2-on-1. Okay. No, and there it is. He's going to take a walk. All right. Well, Jester's going to walk that one in. We have a brief moment, especially because we're in X-Ball. We're going to go to a Sideline interview real quick. Take it away, Nicole.
Alrighty, I'm here with two of New York Wrecking Crew players. I've got Christopher Lennon and Colton Dahl, and we're here to discuss, they just came off a Mercy Rule, which is your second one of the event. How do you guys think that teamwork has really influenced your on-the-field performance?
It comes down to our systems. Like everything that we do, we always do it together. We're always playing, we're always playing together. We're always sitting here trying to do anything that we can.
Everything as a team.
As a team. There's no other way to say it, that our system is ingrained to be a team.
So what you're saying is you guys eat, breathe, live together, is what you're saying?
We ride in a van on the way here, bumping.
We call it the Silver Bullet, 15 passenger.
That's right, the Silver Bullet, baby. That's right.
Wonderful. So what is you guys' plan for your next match?
Win 5-0.
Teamwork.
Teamwork, lovely. All right, back to Matt Falvey. Thank you.
That's Sir Matt Falvey to you. I've been knighted in the paintball world. No, thank you so much, Nicole. Good Sideline interview. I love seeing the Team USA jersey out there. They're so sharp.
USA, USA.
Yeah, a little USA. You have to start slow chanting USA. That's how it works. USA, USA. All right. New Jersey Jesters taking the field again against Tiki's Totem. Jesters down by 1. How much time? We got 3 minutes left on the clock again. Not an issue yet. I'll tell you what, though. What Jesters have not been good at is killing clock. Not that they want to in a low body position. But if they get the lead, they need to learn how to slow down. Because when they've won points fast.
Excuse my delay there. I wanted to post up on the Valken Snapchat that we are live on the semi-pro stream. So make sure you guys are all tuning in, watching all the action here. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say hot take here. I prefer myself personally. Watching semi-pro over pro.
Okay. And why is that?
It's got more emotion to it, right? Like, and what I mean by that is this, right? Like, pro players are so disciplined and so dialed in. And you know, it's a blind layout for this one, so it's a little bit of an anomaly. But like, they know their layouts like the back of their hand, right? So I don't want to. Boring is not the word for it, but it is so calculated to where like there's no room for error. Whereas in semi-pro, right, it's like college basketball. You know, like there's more fire to it. There's more intensity. Some crazier moves can happen. And honestly, like, it's pretty cool seeing like lower division players come up into this division and compete. You know,
you should stick around for the Division 5. It is amazing some of the craziness that goes on there. Actually, we also have a youth. We have a youth finals coming up. If you want to stick around for that, you can. But it's a late game at 6:30. Yeah, so you are correct, but I'm just taking that even further.
Yeah.
The lower you go down in divisions, the wilder it gets. At times, pulling your hair out, going, "Oh my God, how is that player not doing this thing?" But at other times, going, "How did he do that? That shouldn't have worked."
I believe Alex Fragi said it. Sorry, Alex, if I'm putting words in your mouth.
Go for it.
Somebody on Dynasty said that it is harder for them to play against Division 4, Division 3, Division 2 players than it is to compete and practice against other pro teams.
You know, way back in the day when there was just like amateur and pro, and in your amateur schedule, you got one pro team on your schedule.
Wow.
You as an amateur, you're going to play pro. And the pros would stick it to us so hard they wouldn't risk any chance of losing.
5-line breakout for both teams.
No,
As
Jesters,
I say that, Jesters lose one. Sorry,
yeah.
man. Jesters lose 2.
Dorito takes a hit to the arm.
5-on-3 in favor of Totem, who are
up by 1.
Up by 1 right now. So
they might go into clock kill mode, although there's still a lot of time. 2 minutes, 40 seconds. Oh, no, another player walking off from Jesters. This is not what they need. Their coach needs to think about toweling out of this. He's got 2 players left alive, 1 player left alive. You've got to towel out of this. Save the time. I'm not sure what you think your last player can do here. Unless there's Jesters hiding that I don't see, it's very possible. This is just, I would towel out of this.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, the way that Totem is set up right now is going to be really, really hard to penetrate and go through.
You're at 2 minutes. In all likelihood, you're going to go down by 2 points. There you go.
And there it is.
Yeah, you're now asking your team to win 2 games in 2 minutes. Not impossible, but that's a lot to ask. I think they just lost maybe 20 seconds of very valuable game time not toweling out of that. And on the flip side, there's a certain point where it gets past the point where it's even realistic to win 2 points. Then you just throw the towel away and you say, I'm going to hope that player can pull out a miracle.
100%. So 5-on-3 with, 2 minutes and 2 seconds left. You're the coach of the New Jersey Jesters here. What is your breakout and why?
All right. In general, what we see is that, okay, there's 2 approaches you can take. I think I'm going to go ahead and try for that gamble down this passing lane. The teams aren't really doing a great job shutting it down, meaning occasionally they kind of pay a little bit of lip service to double checking that there's a dude in there. But generally speaking, I've seen a lot of teams keep getting away with it. So that's probably my first play I try. If that doesn't work, well, the match is probably done anyways. The downside of doing this long crawl down the passing lane is it's a really long crawl, and there's no way to fast win a game like that. It's a really long route. So that's a trade-off play. If you're not going to do that, then it's the Dorito side. I think the Dorito side's your best chance of winning the game fast.
I agree.
The other play, I'm throwing a third one at you. The other one that we've seen a lot today, actually, especially in the WNXL, was players heading towards that center brick, bypassing it, going to the other team's brick.
I'm
It's
so happy you
very
said that.
takeable on the run out.
I'm so happy you said that.
Yes,
That-
yes, I won your favor.
Because that's actually something that we had in our playbook, and it works phenomenally.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, if you need a fast point and it's deep into the match, the other team is not expecting it at all. What we actually did was we would put 3, sometimes even 4 guns over on the Dorito side and let the snake guy go and let him think he has free real estate.
Right.
However, we had our player in their brick waiting for him, and
Right
he
off
can't
the bat.
do anything.
Right off the bat.
Correct. Now, it is very dependent on that guy making it to the brick alive, but let's watch the breakout here. Totem here on the left side of the field. Jesters here taking Snake off the break on the right side of the field, and they make it, and he's crawling all the way down.
First player being peeled off for Totem, though.
5-on-4 in favor of the New Jersey Jesters, hometown crowd. And we take the passing lane from the Snake, too. That's a move that I was waiting to see in this
There it
division.
is.
He is flying down the field, looking like Thomas Taylor with that
Go all the
ball.
way. He's got to keep his butt pack down, though. If they pick up on it, and here it is.
Oh, here's the magic.
Oh, no, that's it. That, in a way of speaking, that is the match. That was his best chance. It's unlikely Jesters can pull this match out now.
And it's tough.
Kavanaugh didn't do anything wrong. He was
Nope.
very quick, kept his butt pack down. It just so happens Totem either accidentally or intentionally double-checked that. Good for Totem. So now we're down to minute 20. Jesters would need to win this game in the next, I don't know, say 10, 15 seconds to have any realistic chance of taking another point and tying it up.
And do you know where the Jesters are sitting in regards to their overall score?
I don't off the top of my head. You're going to have to wait till the break, and I'll
Yeah,
try to
no-
look that up.
No worries. They're typically a pretty competitive team, so.
All right, so 60 seconds. We've entered territory where it's not impossible, but very unlikely.
And a run through we have from the Jesters here, and it's only a 1-for-1.
Yeah, it's a trade.
Players calling for a penalty. Let's see if the flag gets thrown, and the flag is thrown on
Yeah.
the Jesters for looking for.
Probably for attempting to communicate with the refs afterwards.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, he's like, me? What? Wait, me? No, I was telling you to throw a flag on the other team.
He's like, I'm gonna throw another one if you keep talking.
Yeah.
Oh, he called it for signaling.
Okay. And that's, yeah, basically meaning that after you were dead, instead of being quiet, gunned down, walking off the field. All right, well, that game is going to go to Tiki's Totem. We just have a little bit of wrap-up time, about 15 seconds left. Jersey
Congratulations
just-
to the Florida guys for pulling this one off.
Yep.
Hometown team, you guys got to defend that turf a little bit better next time.
And we're down
Don't
to the
hit
last
me.
few seconds. Little sideways slide by Totem player. He doesn't really need to do it. Doesn't matter. We're out of time.
Stop. No points. Game finished.
All right. Well, I want to thank you a lot for being in the booth with me. It's really awesome to get a chance to hang out with a friend like this from New England.
Absolutely.
New England representing hard here at this event this weekend.
This is our hometown event. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's the East Coast event, so we're all here, right?
It's just awesome. Thank you so much. It was wonderful to have you in the booth. I'm not letting you off the hook for that plate of pierogies, though, just
Listen.
so you know.
Let's throw a beer in there too, and
Oh, you
we'll
want to double
talk.
down?
We'll double down.
We're going to double down?
Anytime I get to spend with you, I'll take it.
It's Atlantic City. We got to find another bet. So we'll find another bet.
We'll go to the casino and talk about bets.
All right, so we're going to go to commercial. Stick with us. We're going to be back with more semi-pro action. Thank you so much.